We're live. Unsure. I think it's working. It's always hard to know. Boris, yes, we're live. Good. Hello, Boris. Hello, guys. I got some more assault Terminators. I'm chilling tonight. Jason, what's happening, dude? You well? So we're chilling. I've got the new assault Terminators. I've got the Blood Angels assault Terminators. So I'm gonna try and. Before this tournament, I could have sworn to you I felt like I needed more. Ultramarines transfers, Imperial Fish transfers, Salamander transfers, and Raptors. Anyone wants this? Anyone in my members room actually wants this transfer sheet? Just drop me a message and I'll send it to you. I don't need any of this shit. No, I don't need any of it. Matthew, good evening. How are you doing? It's been a while. So I was looking before this tournament, and I have like, I think I've got like, it's random. I've got like 7 guys with Thunder Hammers, and I've got 5 with Lightning Claws. It's such a weird number of both. I'm happy to see you too, Master. Nice to see you. Yeah, I really enjoyed the GT, more than I thought I would. But I feel like I need to change something. This is a bit of a weird, like all the lightning claw arms are like. Why does it show all the lightning claws here? It's weird. Anyway, alright, we'll start with some bodies. Bodies, that's what we need to start with. Yeah, before I was thinking I need more lightning claws. Do you know what? I fought a list that had triple Catan in it. I mean, I guess if you're fighting a crap load of Catan, 1 damage is definitely preferable to 2 damage. I fucking hate Catan, man. But I've been putting together a video on the tournament. It's like 30 slides long. I actually ended up working on it the last 2 nights. It's not finished yet, which is ridiculous. So I spent like 6 hours making these slides the last 2 nights. I probably would have broken it down if I realised it was going to be such a I don't mean like monstrosity, it's just going to be a long ass video, I guess. But yeah, I think that's 10 games of Liberator Assault Group I played now for the new edition. 1-6, drawn 1, lost 3. I think it's time for me to move on from Liberator Assault Group. I haven't quite figured out what friggin' detachment we're going to do next. But I tell you what I do want to do is maybe go back to the drawing board a bit. I really like the Blade Guard. I really like them with the Priest. I just wonder if they need an Impulsor. They're very difficult to move around into certain armies. It's criminal that there doesn't seem to be a single Blood Angels transfer on that sheet. That is criminal, isn't it, Boris? Why the hate for Blood Angels, huh? After all, we are the mightiest chapter. Dr. Akushla, good evening. Where's the box of vintage Blood Angels Terminators? Right here, man. Right here. I'm gonna break it out, I guess, once I get the new bodies made. Right? Blood Angels Terminator Assault Squad. I think this is out. Like, I don't think you can buy this anymore. But I have used it. I use it to make 1 Blade Guard. But I mean, I think the shoulder pads and stuff should be good. Whoa, Annabella, you scared the living crap out of me sneaking in here like a ninja. What is up? You're supposed to be asleep.
Dad,
yes. You're here. You scared me. You made me jump. Right. Is your light off yet? Tell me the truth.
It's off.
Alright, then up into bed, get some sleep. You've got nursery in the morning. Do you want a movie night this weekend? It's sleep time just now, please. I'm not going to ask you again, okay? Go. Light off. Don't be messing me around. Triple Catan is almost unplayable. Do you know what? Some armies deal with it fine. Thank you, Annabella. I don't deal with it because all my damage is 2 damage. You know, I've got Blade Guard 2 damage. I've got Terminators 2 damage. I've got Jump Intercessors 1 or 2 damage, and I've got Sangre Guard 2 damage. I just can't deal with Triple Catan. I kind of didn't expect to see it, honestly. I thought most people had moved away from it. So I kind of just, I guess, buried my head in the sand. The music is twice as loud as it needs to be. Thank you. We will make it 50% quieter. Mandrews, appreciate the comment. How are you? You should check out Bastion Task Force. Yeah, I saw a few people playing Bastion. I feel like the biggest problems I have at the moment with Blood Angels are running into enemies that I only wound on 4s. Like, I just felt like this weekend, the whole tournament, I played Knights twice and I played Necrons once, and it was just like, I'm always wounding on 4s. Like, I never get wound rolls that are better than 4s, even with Lance. And I think that's actually like a pretty rough place to be in, because it basically means if you ever underswing, you can just completely bounce off opponents. I'm going to side with Angelic Host with Fulgris Task Force. Angelic Host might be cool. I played a list with Chaos Knights, man. If Blood Angels can't kill properly, then we outmaneuver in primary. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably why I want to get away from Liberator Assault Group. It's a lot to ask for in Liberator Assault Group to be holding all that stuff when we don't kill all that properly. So yeah, I'm 100% gonna be stepping away from lag for a little while. I just haven't figured out what I'm gonna be doing instead. I kind of feel like it might be Angelic Inheritors. They're a bit different since I last played them. I think when I last played them, Sangre Guard hit on 3s. I guess now they hit on 2s. And also, obviously, Sangre Guard led by a captain. Still get wounding on 4s, but you get to reroll the 1s. So your wound rolls are a little bit more reliable. So yeah, I think I might do something like that. Like I said, haven't quite decided. Since I've been so I played the tournament on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday was really like just trying to get the next video ready from all my tournament learnings. So haven't really had a chance just to sit down and breathe and think about what the new detachment I want to play is. But the one thing, my big takeaway is I don't really want to be hinging all my chance of success on 4-up wound rolls, because that's where Liberator Assault Group feels like, you know, you run into one of these armies where like everything's hinging on you rolling a crap load of 4-ups. Well, spoiler, you're not going to roll 4-ups all the time. I think I had a time, I took a photo of it. I needed to roll 4-ups, and I just rolled like a crap load of 1s. I think I rolled 9 1s or something. I actually took a photo of it. It was that bad. It's gonna be in the tactics video when I share it, because it was just like I just said to my opponent, I was like, oh my god, could I roll any more 1s? Like, what is this nonsense? It's funny because earlier in one of the games, someone actually picked up my dice to roll them to make sure that they were okay, just because I made a couple of long bomb charges. I was like, yeah, my dice are fine, dude. They roll bad just as often as they roll good. Gladius might be a good place to start. Yeah, I mean, there was a rumour today, I didn't catch the video, but Auspex Tactics was apparently talking about that Blood Angels are, or Space Marines are going to be moving into some sort of combat doctrines rather than Oath the Moment. Is that right? I must admit, I don't follow Offspec Tactics. I think he just puts out too many videos. I can't keep up with that. I just got back from hobby vacation and want to play, says Dr. Alushka. Yeah, well, I'm going to hopefully play Elder on the channel next Wednesday night. I gave my wife a break from dealing with the kids tonight because she obviously let me go to the tournament this weekend. Yeah, I think before going to the tournament, I wasn't sure how I was feeling about 11th edition, and I think I really do enjoy 11th edition. I think I enjoy it more than 10th. I just think that I'm not convinced. I think I'm not convinced on playing Liberator Assault Group as like a one-phase army, and what I mean by that is, you know, like throwing all your eggs in one basket to play Liberator Assault Group and not taking any shooting support. I mean, I took a Ball Predator and I took a Land Speeder, but I don't like the new Land Speeder. I don't think it's worth 105 points. It makes up for that one time where Rage Fuel Captain rolled all 6s and exploded something. Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways, doesn't it? You can't really blame the dice in a tournament, but yeah, I mean, I'm not blaming the dice, but I'm just saying that, like, my current list, where like half my enemies, I'm only wounding them on 4s, I just don't see it as viable long term. I think I'm going to drop every single piece of plastic tonight. The Storm Speeder, I thought about the Hammer Strike. Yeah, I mean, if you've got twin link guns like the Plasma Inceptors, they are pretty good with the Hammer Strike. I mean, maybe that's what I should do for Angelic Inheritors, right? I did used to quite enjoy playing Plasmas and Angelic Inheritors, and I guess they are better now because of hazardous changes. Has anyone hello Wargsbane, good evening. Has anyone really been playing Impulsors in 11th edition? Like, I haven't played an Impulsor in 11th yet. I played a Repulsor, and I found that the new transport exploding rules are kind of rough. But I was actually thinking, like, maybe I need to just be running 3 Repulsors. Sorry, not Repulsors, Impulsors. How am I feeling about Terminators at the moment? Well, having just ran them at a tournament, I ran them in lag, I ran them with the +1 to wound chaplain. I mean, the 4-up feel no pain the chaplain gives and the +1 to wound is generally pretty useful. I think the Terminators always came in and did something kind of useful as well. They kill okay, I wouldn't say their killing power is amazing, like they maybe do like 15-20 wounds to Big Knight. So they're okay. What are they like? They're probably not super expensive, maybe like 220 points, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I think for the points you pay for the Assault Terminators, I think they're fine. I mean, I think I prefer the Lightning Claws big time in terms of damage output. I never seem to roll all that well with Thunderhammers, right? Like, I have 2 guys with Thunderhammers in my squad, that should be 8 attacks. I have Oath of Moment. Even with Oath of Moment, I usually end up with like only like 6 hits or something. And then I usually feel like the Thunderhammers, they are strength 10 on the charge, +1 to wound, but I usually think they end up wounding on 3s or something into these big hard targets, and you end up with like you end up with the opponent making a couple of saves. So like I think that having 2 guys with Thunderhammers only ends up being like 4 or 6 damage. It's not that great. I seem to much prefer the Lightning Claws just because they force the opponent to take a boatload of saves, and then I guess if you're fighting against Catan, they're not -1 damage. So I'm preferring lightning claws to the thunder hammers. I mean, these guys that I'm going to be building today are going to have lightning claws. I got 5 guys right now with lightning claws. I think I've got slightly more with thunder hammers. I was thinking maybe I'd make 3 more with lightning claws. That gives me the option of running a 10-man with, you know, 8 lightning claws or something. I'm running a chaplain and sanguinary priest with the blade guard. They can't fit in the impulsor. Yeah, I mean, I ran 2 squads of blade guard. One with the chaplain and sanguinary priest, and one with just the sanguinary priest. But I didn't take any transports. But I feel like maybe in hindsight I should have just dropped the priests and put the chaplain in and put them in transports. I was running impulsors a lot last edition. I mean, I've got 3 impulsors. I like them. I just don't know if anyone's been running them super successfully in the new edition. That was kind of my question. I mean, they made impulsors cheaper though, right? They made them 70 points. I guess because the transport rules not quite so good anymore. You can spend 70 points on something better than toughness 9, 10 wounds. I mean, we do still have to play Take and Hold if you're playing Liberator Assault Group. I mean, toughness 9, a lot of things get shot off the objective. That's one of the things I was finding, like when I was playing against knights. Like, things just dying on objectives constantly. One of the knights had like 36 shots. Strength 6, AP 2 damage or something like that. Just a marine killer. Like, I don't know what marines survive against that, but certainly not mine. This guy's supposed to be standing on a little bit of... Oh yeah, he's standing on a little bit of rubble. You don't need transports if your whole army is advanced and charge. I think into knights you do, though. Because I was having huge problems in that, like, the knights just step onto the objectives and then they just see the whole damn map, pretty much. And that's where regular Space Marine infantry kind of, I would say, fall short. Because knights can just obliterate you. Like I had my opponent in game 1 had 2 Castellan knights. And he had rules on both of them so they can advance and shoot. So they're both moving, like, I guess, the best part of 16 inches. And then I'm not loving the new pivot rules either. Because pivot on a giant knight seems broken, if you ask me. Because you can't really say to your opponent, like, how far does this move? Because I need to stay out of your shooting range. Because then they just pivot and add like 3 extra inches of movement. It seems like pivot is either being played wrong by people or being abused by people. I mean, I think reading it seems like it's pretty easy to abuse it, right? How are people finding pivot? It's abused. Yeah, well, I mean, it makes it so much more difficult, right? Like, you want to say to your opponent, how far do you move? Cool, you can move 16 inches, but then when you pivot, suddenly you've moved 19, right? Which is a big problem, I feel like. So models with like oval bases need to be taking some sort of movement penalty for pivoting. So it was a good first event to go to, open my eyes. I kind of don't want to fall back on the double Vindicator plan. But I mean, I guess there was a reason that a lot of people played double Vindicator all the way through 10th edition. It was just too good for Marines. It just adds that reliability that they really need. You know, when you've got tanks that just wound most enemies and 2s or 3s, it just helps a lot. How did it go? I won 2, I lost 3. But the last game was just, I was playing Chaos Knights, and it honestly felt quite ridiculous. Because the Chaos Knights were able to shoot me from anywhere. I couldn't work out ranges against them because their pivots are just ridiculous. I mean, that's just Knights in general, the pivots are ridiculous. That needs an FAQ. And then the Chaos Knight game, he had 70 cultists on the board, and I'm a one-phase army. So any unit I put in to kill cultists is just going to get obliterated by knights. It was I didn't have much play, honestly. Like, even in turn 1, but like straight away in the game, like I knew straight away, I was like, oh my god, I've got like no play into this Chaos Knight army. And then he just started battle shocking in everything constantly with -2 to battle shock. And if you start getting battle shocked at -2, you have big problems. Even my units with chaplains were just failing battle shocks. I mean, like, chaplains give us the best battle shock we can get on a 5, and they're literally failing every turn after turn after turn. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what to do here. Good evening, Highland Phoenix. An impulsor sitting on an objective requires an effort to kill it, and then another effort to kill the erstwhile occupants. Naked Marines are easier to clean out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like, I as much as I like the Sanguinary Priest with the Blade Guard, I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe if I just had 3 impulsors with 5 ups, just throw an impulsor onto each objective. It's full of, like, 6 Blade Guard and a chaplain, so I have my permanent +1 to wound. But yeah, I think, like I said, I thought the days of triple Catan Necron were maybe behind us. If they're not behind us, and I guess this weekend I played against triple Catan Necron, so they're obviously not behind us. If they're not behind us, then I need to rotate something into my list that can deal with -1 damage. Because the units that I had, Blade Guard don't deal with -1 damage, Sanguinary Guard don't deal with -1 damage, Assault Intercessors with jump packs just aren't going to hit hard enough on their, like, strength 6, and I only had 3 Terminators with Lightning Claws, hence I'm making Terminators with Lightning Claws tonight. I haven't decided if that's going to be... I haven't really decided if I'm going to have Lightning Claw Terminators in my next list, but I bought this box a while ago. I don't have any of the new Terminators, like the bigger assault ones, and I had the Blood Angels Assault Terminator box from a while ago as well. So I figured, what better time than now to at least put a few more Lightning Claw Terminators together. My buddy runs Necrons and got battle shocked hard to a loss by Chaos Knights. Yeah, I mean, I actually wanted to play Chaos Knights once I'd gone 2-2 and sort of realised that I wasn't going to finish. I wasn't going to finish nearly as high as I guess I had hoped or I would have liked for this tournament. I was like, oh, do you know, it'd be quite nice to play Chaos Knights just to see how insane they are with battle shock going off all the time at like -2. And yeah, they are insane. Do I not magnetize? Not anymore, dude. I used to magnetize every single weapon and arm. The games work. Here's the thing. I guess I magnetized enough times for a Games Workshop then just decide to completely change the loadout of the unit that didn't even matter. Right? Like, I magnetized a bunch of Death Company with Thunderhammers. Guess what? Death Company can't have Thunderhammers. I magnetized a bunch of Vanguard Veterans with Thunderhammers. Guess what? Vanguard Veterans can't have Thunderhammers. So, I mean, like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So, now I'm just making them. If they retire them, I don't care anymore. I just run the, like... Well, I just went to an event this weekend, a big tournament, 40-player tournament, and not a single one of my Sanguinary Guard had a spear. Oh, do you know what? One of them has a spear. But I just said to my opponent before the first game, I was like, All the Sangre Guard, they have spears. They're like, yeah, that's fine. Nobody cares anymore. Games Workshop keep changing the rules so often that you can't keep up. I think that's the only thing that's not WYSIWYG is like all my Sangre Guard are just. I mean, I'm still running Firstborn Sangre Guard with swords and axes. I just have them rebased on 40mm bases. So yeah, nobody cares. You don't need to magnetize anymore. They've changed. They change the rules too often to keep up. Do you ever consider playing Space Wolves? No, I don't like dogs, man. So I assume I wouldn't like wolves either. Espana, good evening, how you doing? I'm interested to see how old Blood Angel's Terminator arms look in the new bodies. I have both here. Do you know what? I wasn't going to put on the old arms. I was putting on a set of the new arms, to be honest with you. I was going to change out the shoulder pads and maybe the helmets and maybe like the, what are they called, like the tilting shields. Well, this first one I'm gonna make, I guess we'll make these lightning claws and then see how long they are compared to the other ones. Yeah, I know, I think I must have been bitten by a dog or something when I was young, dude, because I don't know why I hate them, but I just do. Or maybe I had a dream where I was bitten by a dog, I don't know. I'm just not a dog person at all. I feel like I'm an outlier. It is what it is, I guess. But yeah, do you know what? I'm honestly kind of glad you don't have to magnetize anymore, because it was just getting stupid where like every 6 months or something it was like, oh, this unit has a new weapon loadout, we have to rip off all the arms and magnetize it again. You know, like I can't be bothered with that anymore. Hello Bearded Coyote, how are you? Good evening. I mean, the Death Company literally have changed the loadout every edition, right? You go back to like 7th, it was bolters and chainswords. In 8th, I think it was thunderhammers. In 9th, you wanted power fists and infernal pistols. And now we've just got a... I don't even know what you call the current loadout. It's just a mess. It's like... every few months someone's on Reddit, or every few months someone's on Discord like, what loadout's good for these new Death Company? Because the data sheet is so confusing. So there's your new lightning claws. Let's see if we can put them close to the camera. Oh my goodness, look, the old Blood Angels ones are just as big. There's like nothing in it. I thought the new ones would be way bigger. Like, I thought the arms would be longer. They're like identical. If anything, the new one's actually a tiny bit smaller. Right? Oh, that's cool. Then I guess I'm using the Blood Angels arms. I'm not using the generic arms if I don't have to. Isn't the point of magnetizing models to anticipate having to change out weapons in anticipation of the new rules? Well, yeah, probably, sure. But I'm just not doing it anymore, dude. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not doing it anymore. I just feel like it's a waste of my time. Like, I had my Vanguard veterans, 30 of them, with the option of Thunderhammers, Lightning Claws, Storm Shields. What was the other? Chain Swords. You know, like, I could do anything with them. And guess what my Vanguard veterans do now? They sit on a shelf, never get played, and look pretty. What a waste of my time. And, I mean, you don't even really get weapon options in the new... You know, like, look at the new Vanguard veterans. There's no options. This is 5 guys with swords, you know? So you don't even need, like, your opponent, if you tell your opponent, those are my Vanguard veterans, they're not gonna, it's not even gonna matter. They only got one weapon option. Games Workshop have been stripping weapon options from Marines for like 2 editions now. All the units that had loads of weapon options, they're all gone. So it's just, you typically just get the generic loadout. Maybe you get 2 weapon options. It's so... Yeah, I don't know. I'm bitter, I'm jaded, I'm old, man. But I'm just not doing it anymore. Watch them bring back options. Well, I guess when they do, I'll sell these guys and buy some guys with more options. Is there anything within? So, new one up there, old one down below. I don't think you'll be able to tell. The difference is minor at best. That's cool. I'm happy with that. I'd rather use the cool Blood Angels looking ones than the generic looking ones. Alright, I'll just put the generic looking ones over here. Who was it that said that they've got some of these? It was Thorgrim, right? Did you measure them side by side, Thorgrim? Yankee says they fit perfect. Yeah, it looks like they fit perfect. I'm so glad I bought this old set of Blood Angels. They don't still sell this set, do they, right? Watching everyone buy Terminators to keep up with the meta. I think I want to buy a Knight Destrider, man. I want some D3 plus 3 damage, melee damage in my list. Like, we used to be able to get D3 plus 3 from like a Leviathan Dreadnought, or D3 plus 3 came from a Leviathan Dreadnought, or the old Redemptor Dreadnought used to have D3 plus 3. I'm trying to think if we have anything else that ever did D3 plus 3. So yeah, I kind of feel like I want to get a Destrider. Is it called the Destrider? Or is that new Knight that's like 265 points? Buy a Vindicator, it's damage 3 for 125 points. Is it just, how many attacks on an Invictor? It's like 4, right? A Destrier? I'm probably saying it wrong, but yeah, I think I want to buy a Destrier, man. I don't have any Knights. I think I would just make it a Blood Angels one and arm it with I didn't play against one that was melee this weekend, but I think I just want to make a melee Destrier. Didn't Librarian Dread have D6 plus 2? And maybe he had D6 plus 1, yeah, maybe he had 3 damage on his fist and D6 or something on his lance. Last Dragon says, I won my first RTT earlier this month. I took first. Went as our Russ cousins, but surprisingly I didn't go take and hold. I went priority, and then 3 days later my list appeared on a YouTube channel. Well, congrats, dude. It's always good to get your first tournament win. I was super chuffed my first tournament win. I mean, I'm hanging on to it because I haven't won any tournaments for a while. How many Terminators did I use? I used 5 plus the Chaplain. I really do like the Chaplain. Like I said, the 4-up 4-up Feel No Pain Against Mortals is just really handy to have. There's a lot of mortals getting thrown out. Grenades, mortals from Chaos Knights, Battle Shock, Sisters were throwing out mortals. I really liked having the mortal protection from the Chaplain. But I mean, I think I could have probably played 10 Terminators. I don't know how I felt about a brick of 10 Terminators. I figure you need to deep strike them, right? But yeah, I mean, you could probably make it work. Alright, this guy is going to be... I'll let him dry for a little bit and get another body made. But yeah, I think it was 1 extra attack at D6 plus 3. Evening, Rob. How you doing? I did think about going back to Redemptor Dreadnoughts. At least they're damage 3. They got damage 3 on their plasma gun as well. I think Redemptor Dreadnoughts are probably really good for Ultramarines. They probably kind of average for Blood Angels. Hello Lohan, how you doing? But yeah, I haven't built all my Armageddon stuff as well. But yeah, the first thing I rushed to build from Armageddon was the speeders, and I just, having played the speeders now in 10 games, or maybe I didn't play the speeders in like my very first game, so I've played the speeder in 9 games now. I don't rate that new speeder, not for Blood Angels. It doesn't have enough shots. It doesn't hit reliably enough. It doesn't wound reliably enough. I think I played the speeder the whole tournament. Well, I did play it the whole tournament, shooting and scooting constantly, you know, trying to keep it alive as much as possible. And I mean, I did keep it alive a lot with the you know, the shoot and scoot type thing, where it pops in terrain, it shoots, it pops behind the terrain. Across like 5 games, so like 20 turns of that speeder being alive, I feel like it did damage like 2 times. I mean, sure, it did like 1 devastating wound occasionally with the onslaught cannon, but I'm talking about like it did damage with its laser. I keep calling it laser, like the, what is it, the las cannon equivalent, D6 plus 1. I'm making a whole video on the tournament result. It was super underwhelming. I got smashed by Chaos Knights and Necrons, and then I lost to Sisters by 1 point. The Sisters loss was my own stupid fault. And you know what? I could have probably actually, I could have got another 10 VP against the Necrons as well. So I would have possibly only, like, then I really only had 1 bad loss at the tournament. But I didn't really like my list after a couple of games. I just felt it was too one-dimensional, and like I said, there was too many times where I had to, just had to wound my opponent on 4s. Like that was like the story of my event. Maybe that's why I like Lightning Claws that much, because yeah, they wound on 4s, but at least they get twin linked. Nachuta, good evening. Oh, it's cool. 61 people in the house. Nice to see you guys. I was looking forward to getting back live because it feels like I've been away for ages. I know it's just a few days, but it does feel like ages. But yeah, I usually don't play a battle report the night. Like I don't really have time, I suppose, when I come back from a tournament on Sunday night to get prepared and get a new list ready for the Wednesday. So I guess my plan this weekend, I guess, is to try and figure out a new list to start practicing for my next event. I haven't booked anything yet, but I probably will book something before too long. That I started this tournament 2 wins 0, like 2 wins 0 losses, and then and I was really pumped up. I was really excited to go 2-0 because I haven't done 2-0 in friggin' ages, man. So after 2 games, I was like pumped up. I was excited. I was playing Sisters Battle, which I know a bit. Like I played Sisters enough times that at least I know all their units. I know what they can do. I know all their mechanics. St. Catherine was there, so I'm thinking, oh well, I've got a chance of going 3-0, and it's been a while since I went 2-0. So I was thinking, oh my goodness, I could go 3-0. That would be like the icing on the cake for the new edition. Like And I had a chance, literally in the final turn, I had a 9-inch charge with a reroll. And if I made it, I'd have got 99 points and I would have gone 3-0, but I failed my 9-inch charge and I failed the reroll, go figure. I have been working on slides, yes, for the last 2 nights, dude. All I've been doing is working on photos of the games and slides. So I've got a whole video. I mean, the video is probably going to be at least an hour long because I've spent 6 hours making the slides so far. It's like 30 slides, trying to say like mistakes that I made, things that I liked, things that I didn't like, things to be aware of, what I learned on some of the matchups. Because obviously, like, I think there was a couple of primaries that I'd never even played yet because of the different dispositions. There's a couple of table layouts I probably hadn't played yet. Some of the new table layouts are weird as well, right? What was my list? Off the top of my head, it was like a squad of Terminators, 2 squads of Sangre Guard, 2 squads of Blade Guard, a Ball Predator, a Land Speeder, Intercessors, Scouts, Mephiston, Jump Intercessors. But I mean, the whole list is going to be in the video. The video will be out next week because I haven't started filming it yet, and it's going to take like, it's going to be at least, like I said, it's going to be at least an hour long, so it's going to take at least a couple hours to film it and edit it. And I go to the gym on Thursday nights, and I already made another video on Monday night for Friday, so the other video will be out Friday, the tournament result will be next Friday. How do you like me running Mephiston? Mephiston has problems, dude. He has no reliable damage output. I know that. I've played Mephiston to tournaments before. He has no reliable damage output. What he does have is prevention of falling back within 6 inches, which can be clutch when it goes off. Unfortunately, it didn't go off at like a couple of key times that I needed it to. And then the other thing that he's got that's great is, like, if you're playing Liberator Assault Group, you're playing take and hold, right? So you need to be able to commit something into the middle objective turn 1, and it needs to survive. Well, probably the most survivable thing you can throw into the middle objective turn 1 is a lone operative, right? Like Mephiston with a 4 up feel no pain and 6 wounds. Is the combat patrol worth it? Yeah, yeah, the combat patrol that I've got. Oh, you can't see up there. Oops. Yeah, the 2 combat patrols I've got here. Yeah, buy them. Well, you don't need 2, buy 1. Yes, the combat patrol is a good starting point. I've got a video coming out about that on Friday. You'll use everything that's inside the combat patrol, probably. I say probably because you might not, but yeah, I do think the combat patrol is worth getting. And Mephiston's a cool character. You just have to be aware that his damage output is, I don't want to say it's, yeah, I mean, maybe you just need to say it. His damage output sucks. He doesn't do any reliable damage. But he's the most survivable lone operative character we've got. So, I mean, that's why you take him. You don't take him for his damage. I certainly didn't include him for his damage. Pretty much every time I needed him to do damage, he underperformed. In fact, one of the times, I think, he went into a big night, rolled like 3 lethal hits. I had Oath a Moment on the big night. I rolled a few more lethal hits. So it was like 5 of his 7 attacks are lethal hits. And then I had another one that wounded on a 5 or something. So I was like, oh my god, Mephiston's got you. 6 at AP 3. Make some saves, and my opponent rolls 4 fucking invulnerable saves. I was like, no, my opponent rolled all 6 invulnerable saves. I was like, oh my god, Mephiston can't do anything. That's like if a miracle happens and Mephiston hits and wounds a bunch of times, it doesn't matter because he's still not going to do anything. So don't take him for his damage. Mephiston's a great choice with the combi weapon lieutenant going up. I mean, if you're going to play take and hold, Mephiston's probably the right choice. If you're playing another detachment, not Liberator Assault Group, the Combi Weapon Lieutenant might be better. But yeah, it's so annoying that his damage is D3 because I feel like I could roll 100 D3s and only end up with 3 damage like less than 5 times. But yeah, no, it was cool. I really enjoyed getting back into the swing of tournament play. It's been a... Yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of 11th edition, or at the end of 10th edition, excuse me, most people had seemed to have, like, checked out. I don't think I've been to a tournament maybe in, like, 6 months. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Gonna try and get to another event soonish. But in the interim, gonna try and come up with a new list. And I'm going to try and step away from Liberator Assault Group for a while. I think Liberator Assault Group's it's an okay detachment. It's a new player-friendly detachment. But for the most part, I think there's too many lists that will stat check it. Good luck finding a Combi Weapon Lieutenant to buy. Have you tried eBay, man? I always seem to get good deals on eBay. Did they never sell that Combi Weapon Lieutenant? Did they never sell them on his own? Lag is 3 years old now. Yeah, and I mean, it's a very... Like, Lag has no reactive move, it has no... Like I said, it has no real way of reliably improving wound rolls into the big nasty targets beyond 4 up, and that's just not good enough. I don't hate Lag. I mean, I somewhat enjoy playing it, but like it has a ceiling, I guess, is the correct term, right? Like it has ceilings where it has a ceiling in terms of like how well you're gonna do at a big event. I feel like. I mean, I'm sure someone's gonna have gone out and won a tournament in Lag in the next couple of weeks because someone always manages it. But like, there's a lot, like I said, Chaos Knights, they stat check the crap out of my Lag list, and so did Necrons. Like, the game against Necrons, I actually did some maths after, well, I actually did it last night. I don't know if you guys know, but I've been, I can probably show you right now, actually. Hold on 1 second. So, I've been working on this Math Hammer app. It's completely free, by the way, so anyone can use it. Yeah, so this is the Math Hammer app that I developed. It's just, I mean, if you want to go to it and check it out, you're welcome to use it. It's free. But I use it for my tactics videos and I use it for some of my maths here, right? Like, I did it last night, right? Like, I take a Liberator Assault Group, +1 to hit, and rerolls to hit. So this is Blade Guard, +1 to hitting on 2s, the new Blade Guard rules, rerolling wounds, or sorry, rerolling hits, +1 to wound because the chaplain's leading them, +2 strength because your Liberator Assault Group, +1 attack, right? You've got the Croziest of the Chaplain, that's 5-2. That's actually 6-1-2. I suppose we should need to go like +1 AP here as well, but the extra AP is not really going to help against like Catan, right? You know, and then you've got the Blade Guard with their Mastercrafted Power Sword, 6 models, 4 attacks, 3-5-2-2, and then you've got the Sangre Priest with his 5 attacks. He now hits on 2s when he's attached to the Blade Guard if you use that buff, which is pretty cool, but 3-4-1-1. So they're all going to get 1 extra point of AP, they're all going to get 1 extra attack, they're going to get 2 extra strength. This unit costs 310 points, right? You put it into the Catan, any of the Catan, 3 up save, 4 up invulnerable, 5 up feel no pain, 16 wounds, they cost, or the Nightbringer costs 360 points, I don't know how much the other ones cost. You can just hit calculate damage or calculate probability. Probability tells me that there is a 0% chance, literally 0% chance of you killing that Catan. And your average trade destroyed versus attacker is 0.48. So you're 150 points. You kill less than half that of the Catan's 360 points. And if we actually do calculate damage, you can see that statistically, with all those fucking buffs, like all the buffs, right? Reroll hits, +1 to hit, +2 strength, +1 to wound, +1 attack, +1 AP. You do 6 damage to Catan from all 3 of those units combined. The Chaplain does 1 statistically, the Blade Guard do 4.9. 30 attacks from the Blade Guard do 4.9 damage to this fucking unit. And then 1 damage from the Sanguinary Priest. So when I have 2 giant units like this, taking up like 600 points of my army, spoiler, the Sanguinary Guard have the exact same profile as Blade Guard, basically. As in, like, you know, they wound on the same. So 1,000 points of my army are barely going to kill a Catan in 1 turn. You couldn't even fit enough models around that Catan's base to kill it in 1 turn. Like, because, you know, like, you'd have to have every single... So 6 Blade Guard, plus a Chaplain, plus a Sanguinary Priest, plus 6 Sanguinary Guard and a Captain. So 2 of my best units, which probably costs the best part of like 700 points. Yeah, because a Captain plus Sanguinary Guard is 340. This unit, 650 points. I'm going to do 13 wounds to Catan. Cool, so Catan's still alive on 3 wounds. He's going to fight back, he's going to kill 4 or 5 models, and then he's going to regenerate wounds. Like, yeah, Liberator Assault Group into triple Catan is I made a mistake in that game as well, but the reason I made the mistake, because in my brain I had, in my brain, where else would I make that decision? In my brain, I'd made the decision that, like, I just don't want to be in combat with these Catan. I know I can't kill them, I know I'm going to get tar pitted. But yeah, those numbers are horrific. When you look at them like that, it's just horrific. So imagine if you underroll. You know, like, what I mean by that is, like, let's say, like, you will wound the Catan on 4s, right? So imagine if you just have a bad roll, where you roll a bunch of 1s and 2s and you don't roll nearly enough 4s for averages. And then they have a slightly above average save. All of a sudden you can have a unit of Blade Guard doing, like, the huge big unit of Blade Guard doing like 4 or 5 damage to it. And then you're like, at that point, that unit is just, yeah. It's like game, you ever watch Aliens? You know, it's like game over, man. How do they cut the power? They're fucking animals. Right? What's your opinion of a Judasaur and lag? I mean, these were fight first doesn't come up as often as it used to, I guess. His precision's fine, but I mean, you can get precision on any character for 1 CP, right? I mean, I'd probably rather lead the Blade Guard with a Lieutenant, because then that gives me fallback and charge for free and lethal hits. Do 10 standard Terminators and Librarian shooting and charging the Catan. Well, I mean, here's the point, dude. The Math Hammer tool is free. You just go to the website and you can now, I didn't show you there, but like the feature that I just added is like you can load your own profiles. So you can save, I've called them battle groups because I don't want to get copyrighted, but this is a battle group. So you could load your battle groups, that's basically your detachments, and you can save your weapons. So I can save this and then I can load it. So you can load your weapons up. You can do the same for the Defender. And then if you want to take this to a different computer, you can just export all your settings and then import them on another computer. So it's the reason that I did it that way is because that way none of the profiles or data lives with me on the server, right? Like it belongs to you guys. It's saved in your browser history. You can take it from browser to browser. So use it or don't use it, but it's there, it's for free. I just played Nids 86 to 62. I was taking hold. He was recon. Super fun game. I'm still a big fan of having 2 Brutalises on my list. Yeah. Which Liberator Assault Group Brutalises? You know, I've only ever run a Brutalis to a tournament once, and I just ran one of them. Maybe I need to try the double Brutalis. Maybe that's something I'm missing. But yeah, so I mean the Math Hammer tool is there, guys. I'm not charging for it. I'm not planning on charging for it. It's just some, like, I have it for my videos anyway, so I'll use it to help me make better content. That's where it came from, because it was originally all in a spreadsheet, right? And it was actually a friggin' nightmare in the spreadsheet because there were so many manual formulas that I had to update. And God, when I first started the channel, I did all the maths manually in my head. And then people would tell me, like, oh, you made a mistake, you made a mistake. And then I went to a spreadsheet, used that spreadsheet for probably longer than I care to admit. And it's probably only in the last year that I've actually built it out into a tool. But I mean, having the spreadsheet was, I needed the spreadsheet to make the tool, if that makes sense, because I had to figure out all the formulas for, like, attacks and wounds and reroll hits. Like, I needed to know the math for all that to be able to make it. Does that make sense? How the fuck is this light gonna go on? Like that, I guess. Is that right? Doesn't feel right. Well, maybe it is. The Brutalis can do okay into Catan. Oh yeah, I guess the Brutalis can do a bunch of mortal wounds twice, right? Tank shock and the other one. Yeah, I mean, sure. I only have one Brutalis made. I have a couple more, but I've only got one of them made. I always forget about the Brutalis. I always think of the Death Company Dreadnought. Maybe I should think about the Brutalis. I think the Death Company Dreadnought's tricky to play because of the surging. It's the only way to get the Brutalis to hit on better than a 3 Oath of Moment. There's no other way you can buff it to hitting on 2s, is there? I feel like the answer is no, but I'm just checking. Was I still making a 1,000 point video? Yes. Does it include scouts? Yes. It'll be out on Friday. No, but you can give it Lance. Tech Marine? Oh, interesting. Does a Tech Marine make it hit on 2s? Hey, you haven't seen my rolls from this weekend, dude. I need to hit on 2s. Like, you should have seen. I think I rolled like I think out of 13 attacks or something, I rolled 9 1s. I swear to you, it was some of the worst rolling I've ever done in my life. I know the Tech Marine gives you +1 to hit for ranged shooting. I just don't know if it does it for melee as well. If it does it for melee, that could be cool. I rolled a double 1 on charging for my practice game, and I rolled a double 1 on charging for the tournament when I didn't have a reroll, man. I already missed the fact that double 1, like, there was a point last edition where you would never fail with a double 1, right? Blood Angels were just like, yeah, we don't fail double 1s. We're fast enough where we just get in there and double 1s doesn't bother us. It appears to do for all hits, so it does melee too. There we go. Interesting. double Brutalis Dreadnought. I hated building that Brutalis Dreadnought though, man. It had so many pieces. You know, like I built 2 Ballistus Dreadnoughts in like an hour, and then I swear to you, like 2 Ballistus Dreadnoughts, they're like 13 pieces per model. Built the whole friggin' thing in built 2 of them in one stream. Brutalis Dreadnought took 6 hours. It's like 155 pieces, and I think I even got the claws backwards or some nonsense. But yeah, so I need to build some. Good memory on the Tech Marine, by the way. I suppose the Tech Marine might be good if you were doing what's the name of the detachment? Like if you're doing a priority assets disposition. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with the Redemptor Dreadnoughts. I don't really get why they're like 200 points for Blood Angels. I have 3 Redemptor Dreadnoughts. And I really want to use them, but I really don't see how I can at 195 points. I mean, their plasma's just generally unreliable. So, here's a question though. Is anyone in chat considering the Knight Death Strider for Blood Angels, or am I the only person that's thinking about it? I know it's an expensive model. I mean, I guess if it wasn't super expensive, maybe I would have just gone out and bought it. But I am kind of curious yeah, I'm kind of curious if anyone except me thinks a Destrider would be decent. I'm probably not saying it right. I'll show you a picture of that. This is what I'm talking about. This guy. He's the new knight. He's not an armiger. He's not like a big knight. He's like in between. Unfortunately, his price is closer to the big knights. But he's like somewhere in between, and he can be armed. Yeah, he can be armed with 2 melee weapons. That's what's cool about him. And the 2 melee weapons that you can be armed with are Blood Angels based, right? So you can be armed with the chainsword and the spear. And if he is, I think is it the War Gear options? If he's armed with both, where does it say it? You add 2 to his attacks. So he can either have 7 attacks, strength 12, d3 plus 3, or 6 attacks, strength 12, d3 plus 3 lance. And then it sweeps either 12, 8 minus 2, 2, or 10, 6 minus 3, 2. So he's kind of versatile. His shooting is just a friggin' stubber, because you have to give up both his guns. So you just have a assault 3 stubber. But he moves 10 plus d3. It's a bit of a weird rule, but every time he makes a normal move, you just add d3. So he moves a minimum of 11, maximum of 13. But it's just the d3 plus 3 that makes it interesting for me. Because like I was playing against Catan where they're saving 50% of the time. Cool, well, you save 50% of the time, but if I do d3 plus 3, then cool, I still do like 12, 18 damage to you. How many points? Only 265. Which seems okay for like T10, 18 wounds. Like what are we playing for like a Redeemer right now? So 15 more points than Redeemer. But like, it's just a bit of a melee. It's just a bit of a melee. I don't own any knight. I played against one. It seemed really cool. It's the new knight. I haven't seen it before. Yeah, you should try it. I'm really tempted. I've got some spares from the Armageddon box and stuff. So I guess if I sell those on eBay, maybe I'll buy it. He could really mess up Catan. I think he could mess up a lot of stuff. You know, 7 attacks, strength 12 lance, D3 plus 3. So if it's 7 attacks, you hit 4 or 5 times, you wound on 2s. You know, you force your opponent with an invuln save to take 4 invulns. Let's say they underperform their invulns 1 time. If they underperform their invulns just 1 time, you're doing like 20 wounds to them. Canis Rex at this tournament actually did 29 No, I think it was 27 damage to Mephiston. Because I failed a couple of invuln saves, and I said to the guy, how much damage is that? And he goes 29 or 27, I think it's, because he does flat 9. So it was 9, 18, 27. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm not rolling my 4-up Feel No Pain against 27 damage. Okay. Friggin' knights, man. 27 damage. I gotta see if I can find a good 3D file for him. I imagine there will be one, because he's the new, he's quite new. You would have still rolled it? Oh no, dude, I don't roll that nonsense. I roll when there's a I roll when there's like a chance, when it's like, I don't want to waste all my, like, imagine I did pass that, I don't want to waste all my 4-up on a Feel No Pain where I'm probably dying anyway. You never know. Well, I suppose you never know. My Canis Rex is airbrushed in Blood Angel's theme, one of my best painted models, period. He never makes it past turn 2, and I'm convinced it's because of how much effort I put into him. Yeah, it's like that new model syndrome. Whenever you get a new model, they always die turn 1. I think for sure I'm retiring those new land speeders, man. I did not like them at all. I wonder if they're good in like Ultramarines or something, but like I feel like there's got to be a detachment where you could run 3 of those land speeders. I really thought they would be good. I was really underwhelmed. I thought it was a complete waste of points. I would have changed. I had a unit of suppressors, and the issue with the suppressors is every single time they shot my opponent then just countered on the suppressors. And the suppressors are generally pretty easy to kill, right? 3 guys with toughness 4. So I was thinking I would have happily swapped out the suppressors and the land speeder for a Vindicator tank. That would have been like 1,000% better. I won't run those land speeders again unless they get some sort of buff. Yeah, the land speeders doesn't have any weight of fire. It's like 1 laser, oh I missed. 2 Meltas, oh I hit with 1, the other one failed to wound. Then it's like, okay, we're back to just an onslaught cannon. Cool, the onslaught cannon does 1 dev wound. So 9 times out of 10 when the land speeder fired, it did 1 dev wound. And I was like, that thing costs 100 points. I'm doing 1 dev wound a turn at best. Cool. What a waste of points. I'm working on a couple of Ball Predators. Is the Flamestorm Cannon the go-to weapon? I believe it is. But the Ball Predator is an interesting one, right? Like, I've been to another event where the Ball Predator was really useful. I went to an event earlier this year where I played against a Kroot army. It was like a Tau list, but it had like 1,000 Kroot in it. Ball Predator very, very useful into that 1,000 Kroot or whatever. But then, like in this event where I played against a bunch of Knights and Necrons, the Ball Predator was useless in 3 out of the 5 games, which was really frustrating. I mean, I don't think giving him a assault cannon is any better. I still think, like, the cool thing about the Ball Predator is he advances and shoots. And he advances typically pretty fast because his 12-inch move and his reroll advance. So yeah, I think you always want the flamer cannon on him. But like when I played against the Marines, I played against a guy who was playing Marines. He tried moving a squad of intercessors. The ball... Ow, just stabbed myself. He killed a whole unit of intercessors, which was pretty handy. On Overwatch, it wasn't like regular shooting. It was like you tried to move them onto the objective to support the point. Boom, you lost the whole unit to. I think the main flamer killed the whole unit. What do you think is better for lag? A Rage Captain plus Sanguinary Priest, or a Librarian plus Sanguinary Priest to lead the assault intercessors? That's a tough one. I think if you're not in a transport, you probably want the Librarian. If you're in a transport, you probably want the Captain. Am I worried about the Ball Predator being sent to Legends? I mean, I think everything that is Firstborn will be in Legends in the next couple of years, man. I'd be surprised if they don't Legends everything that's Firstborn, because that's kind of been their MO, right? Vindicators only hit on 4-ups. Now they're not as good as 10th edition. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm thinking of buying that Knight, Hispania. Because he's still hit on 3s and he's fast and he's melee, and I prefer melee lists to shooting lists anyway. I put the Rage Enhancement on my Jump Captain plus 3 Sanguinary Guard. I mean, it can certainly help. That Captain doesn't get all that many attacks. Which Knight would I get? I'm thinking about getting that... How is it you say it? Destrier? I need to put it into friggin' Google. How do I pronounce... I don't even know what that word means. How do you pronounce... It says Destrier or Destrier. Who knows? How do you say Destrier?
Destrier. Also Destrier. Also.
That doesn't really help. That's the one I'm thinking of getting. I think that one would be cool. Destrier. Apparently it's a horse. Why didn't they just call it something simple like a destroyer? Why does it have to have a stupid name? I swear they do that just to trip people like me up that are bad at English. But yeah, I mean, I've included like a 400 point Knight with Blood Angels before. I don't really like it. I've included Armigers before. I feel like Armigers are fine. I mean, Armigers are good for OC. So you could argue, like if we're playing Liberator Assault Group and we need to be taking and holding, Armigers do give good OC, so you could argue that's fine for that. But I just like the idea of a fast Knight with 2 melee weapons. That I can paint Blood Angels. If it's one's a chainsword, one's a spear. That's literally what, like, that's what we're all about. Chainswords and spears, right? So I'm probably blindsiding myself. I'm just like, ooh, it's a Knight that can take a chainsword and spear, and there's only 200 points. Or, you know, it's not gonna blow. It's not gonna blow out all my points. It's gonna give me some fast-moving D3 plus 3 I used to really like the Redemptor Dreadnought when it was D3+3. It was so handy to have. My room just smells like plastic glue, man. I even have the window open, but it just stinks of plastic glue. Frankie says GW always have mad naming conventions. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do then, I think maybe is this weekend I'll try and sort through the Armageddon box and find out. I think I have some... Because I built 10 Infernus Marines. But I don't think I'm ever going to need more than 10. So I think I must have some leftover Infernus Marines. So I'll probably try and sell the Infernus Marines. Sell any doubles from the Armageddon box that I don't have. Or sorry, that I don't need. Like, I don't know if I'm going to... maybe sell a squad of the Intercessors and then buy the... apparently it's French. It's a French word for a fast-moving warhorse. That way it will sound chivalric and fast-moving. Alright, I mean, that makes sense. Also makes sense why I can't friggin' say the word if it's French. I do know a little bit of French. I'm amazed your glue nozzle hasn't blocked yet. The cool thing about these glue nozzles is they're metal, dude. So if they do block, you can just heat them up with like a cigarette lighter and they instantly unblock. I mean, this one's probably been... I'm trying to think how long one of these lasts. Like, one of these lasts like a year, maybe longer. So they do... Kevin's found a file to 3D print the Destry already. Man, those 3D printing guys, they're crazy. I was actually looking to see if anyone's made like a Blood Angels conversion kit for that night, but there doesn't seem to be one yet. I think if there had been a Blood Angels conversion kit for it, I might have been like, right, that's definitely the one. Because I always planned on I always wanted to do, you know, like there's the conversion kits for like the... I guess it's like the Dominatus class or the Castellan class. Has anyone run 10 Terminators in lag then? Like 10 Assault Terminators, crap load of Lightning Claws, has anyone done that? Both? What do you mean both? Oh, 10 of each. Oh, you mentalists in the same list. I would have thought a mixed squad would be better. Normal Terminators for the sustained one. Yeah, I did see a couple of people using a librarian with Terminators in that detachment. Flirt is getting 20 assault Terminators ready. Miguel says around 30. Are regular Terminators too non-meta? I don't know. I mean, I feel like they've got better with the changes to bolt gun and cover and stuff, right? I feel like a lot of people are playing them in the Librarius detachment. Like you can get sustained in shooting, you get sustained in melee. You can get a point of AP. They'll get nerfed to hell in a month or two? No, don't say that. I want to say they're going to get buffed. We're at a really low win rate though right now, are we not? We're going to get buffed. Don't be saying we're going to get nerfed, Valhorn. We're going to get buffed. Come on. Be positive. Don't know what they say. Boris, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you being first in. Don't forget to like the stream, says Boris. Thanks, Boris. What a legend. What a kind man. Jackie B says, I've got a tournament this weekend using priority assets, Stormlance with Legacy of Graith. Everything has advance and charge with +1 to both. Cool. Good luck. Everything has +1. You know that. I was going to say, I'm assuming you know that. Legacy of Grace only gives +1 to units with the Blood Angels keyword, does it not? What all have you got then? Death Company? Sandguard? Did I have an MVP unit this weekend? Blade Guard, man. They're just... They don't always kill, but my goodness do they hang around. If you've ever played against Necrons where they have those, like, is it the Canopic Wraith with the 4-up and the 5-up Feel No Pain? With the new rules where Blade Guard can make themselves -1 to hit in melee combat. So Blade Guard can basically, they are now, assuming the opponent doesn't have ignore cover, they're like -1 to hit when they're shooting, they're -1 to hit when they're melee, they've got a 4-up Invuln and a 5-up Feel No Pain. Like, if there was one thing to take away from this event, it was like... Yeah, I mean, Blade Guard... I just like the... Yeah. I would have probably expected my Terminators to do better, but... 5 Terminators is possibly just not enough. If you're running into a lot of enemies with lots of 4-up Invulns, 5 Terminators probably just doesn't do enough damage. And I was running into a lot of bullshit like Triple Catan and Big Knights with 30 wounds, you know? And in your detachment of everything gets advance and charge and everything gets +1 to advance and charge, you think you hit hard enough without the extra attacks, without the extra strength? Like, surely you have the same issue that I have where like a bunch of your stuff just wounds on 4s. Did I use Dante? Not this weekend. I haven't used Dante... No, I've not used him in 11th edition. He's just so expensive, man, and I always feel like I get value out of the -1 command point thing on the captain. Like Blood Angels, we don't have a great way of getting more command points, right? Yeah, I know one of the Stormlance stratagems changed so you can get Lance and everything, but I mean... That's maybe not necessarily my question. Like, my question is... Do you feel like... Yeah, like, do you feel like you get enough value? Or do you feel like you hit enough hard enough? Because I really felt like this weekend I just didn't feel like I hit hard enough with it. And that's with the +1 attack and +2 strength. Maybe it's just the matchups, right? Essentially I played 3 stat checks, which the triple Catan and then the Knights 2 times. I mean, I beat Knights one of the times. Ironically, I beat the Imperial Knights, and they're apparently stronger than the Chaos Knights. So what are people finding is the best unit for Blood Angels then out of the Armageddon box? Like, what should I build next after the speeders? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The last tournament I was at, I actually had a Land Raider with 10 Assault Intercessors inside it with the Priest. And 10 Assault Intercessors with the Priest and a Rage Captain is one of the best ways of dealing with a Catan. So I had that in my last tournament list. And ironically, I never fought against Catan in the last event. And then this event, I didn't have the big unit of Assault Intercessors. And I think I must have had some shooting in that last list as well. I'm trying to think what else I had. I must have had something that... couple of Ballistus Dreadnoughts or something. I must have had something else that could do a little bit of shooting. So I'd have been more prepared last time to play the Catan, but I didn't play them, so I didn't spec for them, I didn't expect to see them, and then of course I play against 3 of them. So that's the way it goes, you know? What do I hate so far in this edition? Pivoting. I think the pivoting rules are broken, man. It's possibly the only thing I don't like. People like the Vanguard veterans? Like with Dante, or just unled, or how are you running Van Vets? Like, what's the plan? What's the plan, man? Hey, Marius, finally. Been waiting all night for you, Marius, and now you show up just as I'm getting tired. It's time for aggressors. I played against someone that ran aggressors this weekend, actually. Twin-linked aggressors. I guess the aggressors have the same issue as like a bunch of other, like, they just can't deal with -1 damage enemies. But I do think sometimes it's a mistake to get hyper focused on one enemy. You know, like, okay, we've agreed that -1 damage is a huge problem and that I don't deal very well with Catan. At that point, it's just like, okay, then just leave it. Just don't worry about Catan. Hopefully you won't fight them. You might fight them. If you fight them, oh well, shit. But like, if you build a list around one nasty enemy, the chances of you then fighting against that enemy probably, I don't know, you play 5 games at a tournament, there's 40 people at a tournament, I guess, you know, there's only a 1 in 6 chance you play against the Catan list. I kind of feel like I want to play something, like, I feel like Priority Asset seems to score really, really well. I mean, I could be wrong, but I kind of feel like I want to do a list that plays Priority Assets. Are Terminators back on the menu? You know what, I'm going to say they are back on the menu because I saw a guy that finished like top. You maybe even know him. He's a guy called Duncan Marius. He usually plays Ultramarines or like a generic Marines list. He was playing Iron Hands with. He was playing Iron Hands with the Librarian detachment, so like the combination of both, I guess. And he had 10 Terminators, and he had mostly, I think he might have had a mix, like 50-50 Thunderhammers, Lightning Claws. I think he was leading them with both an Ancient and a Captain of sorts. And then I think he also had an enhancement that let him revive a Terminator every turn. And he also had a stratagem that you let the Terminators become -1 damage. So I guess his Terminator block was durable, -1 damage potentially, revive a Terminator every turn. Ancient leading them, so they're OC2. He was playing Take and Hold, so I'm assuming he's just dumping them like in the middle of the map, like 20 Terminators. They're reviving, they're hard to shift. They do a bunch of damage. They got the OC. Like, honestly looked at it and was like, man, that's pretty cool. Like, because Duncan always seems to do really well at events. I think I've been to like 4 events with him, and his lists have always been weird, like not weird, but not. They just seem to be lists that he's made. Like, they're not chasing the meta. Like at one of the events, I think it was the GT at Lock and Load. He just had like, it was like he was just running like 3 Repulsor Executioners or something nonsense, and I was like, how are you even winning games with 3 Executioners? Like, I've used them before and thought they were horrible. But yeah, I guess, that was it. I think he was leading them with the Librarian, because then if he was leading them with the Librarian, that meant they got sustained hits as well. So they got the sustained hits, they got the Librarian buffs, they got extra buffs to their movement, they're reviving a model, just all sorts of nonsense, I guess. I'm looking forward to trying my Eradicators with heavy bolters. You know, I haven't built the Eradicators with heavy bolters. Do you think they're going to be good? Did they put them up in points? Because they were at 70, right? Did they leave them at 70 or did they change them? Conclave plus First Company is solid. First Company is solid just because you can make all the elites -1 damage, I'm guessing. Things like that are why I'm bailing into the vanilla stuff rather than Blood Angels. Oh, and he gets +1 to wound from Oath the Moment as well, because he isn't like, because he's Iron Hands, and I forget the name of that character that Iron Hands have. It's like Kato? No. Kanto Var or something? Hold on. Let's have a quick look. What does he do? Space Marines. Who the hell is Space Marines? I'm sure his name's like... It's not this guy. This guy. Cannot Var. He had this guy. What does he do? Oh, that was it. You can pay 1 CP or something to move your Oath of Moment around, can't you? Who does he lead? Oh, he maybe leads the Terminators. So each time a model unit makes an attack that targets monsters or vehicles, you get lethal hits. Each time a model makes an attack that targets other units, the attack is sustained. I don't think he was leading. I'm trying to think. I'm sure he had a character that let him move his Oath of Moment around. Or maybe it was just his attachment that let him move his Oath of Moment around. Is it Forge Fathers? No. I don't think it's Iron Spearhead. Hammer of Varney, I think that was it. Yeah, this was it. So once per battle round after your Oath of Moment target is destroyed, if Canuck Var is on the battlefield, you can select a unit that you can see and you can move your Oath to target. And you're obviously getting +1 to your Oath, and then you're re-rolling a wound of 1 into your Oath. So you're into your Oath target, and you can have 2 Oath targets, you're +1 to wound, and you're re-rolling 1s to wound. And you can 1 CP move that around. No, it's not even 1 CP, sorry. You just move it around for free as long as you can see them. I mean, that's cool. That seems pretty strong. I don't know what you... Yeah, because I think I read down here that was like... Yeah, -1 damage to Terminators, Blade Guards, Stern Guard, or Vanguards. So -1 damage to the Terminators. You had a big block of Terminators. And I think there must have been an enhancement for... Yeah. Terminators only, 15 points. That's pretty cheap. For 15 points, you can bring a Terminator back every turn. Not many people are chewing through 10 Terminators in a turn. They're probably chewing through 3 or 4 and then you just bring one back. So for 15 points, how much points does a Terminator cost? 35 points. Probably getting quite a lot of value out of that enhancement, I would wager. Because you're probably going to be able to bring back 3 or 4 Terminators. Hammer of Varney is a 6th detachment. And what characters go with Hammer of Varney? And it's a Purge detachment. He was actually playing it as Taken Hold, I think, when I looked at it. So he had Hammer of Varney plus Librarius Conclave. Oh no, that can't be Taken Hold. So he must have been playing Purge. Yeah, Hammer of Varney is what, like, which chapter is that guy? He's Iron Hands, right? Or am I full shit? Good old Iron Hands. They always find a way to squeak into the edition with them. They always have something, don't they? Warphammer Math did a video on Eradicator Bolters, if I'm not mistaken. He likes the profile over Intercessors and Scouts for actions because you have to commit harder units to remove them. I mean, I guess Scouts obviously have the relocate and yeah, I mean, like, if you had Hammer of Varney, those heavy bolters sound pretty cool with +1 to wound and reroll 1s to wound. They can add a lot, actually, right? The hammer disposition was changed in a patch? Changed to what, sorry? Like, something got nerfed? How was 11th edition? Well, I've played 10 games now, Mr. Dragon. I'm enjoying it, but I just haven't quite figured out what I'm going to be playing or what I think is good yet. But I do think that there's more options than we had in... I feel like there's more options than we had previous edition, and there's more to... maybe there's more to figure out. Like, I think this is going to be like a more versatile edition, or it's going to be a more fun edition, or there's just going to be more to do. Like, you know, the previous edition it was like, alright, you've got 3 detachments, you kind of always have to play the same 3. It's not boring, but it's kind of samey, I guess. I'm so thankful for your insight and knowledge, says Matthew. Matthew, I'm so thankful for your kind words almost every blinking stream, dude. I appreciate it. With infiltrators being 110 points now, do you think there's value in a navigator for 75 points for backfield screening? Yeah, I mean, he's just one guy with a 12-inch deep strike denial for 75 points. I mean, there's worse things to do than that. Peter says every edition after the reset is the real edition. What do you mean? Where the hell is the new merch? Dude, I have Friday off work. I'm going to try and get that new t-shirt and the shop reworked on Friday. I've put a reminder on my phone because my brain is fried. So I got to take the kids to nursery, and then I actually have like 4 or 5 hours of freedom on Friday. So I'm going to use my hours of freedom to try and upgrade the Blood Angels Commander store because I don't like it. Like, I made it years ago and it looks crap. So I'm going to try and make it better. I'm going to try and get the new t-shirt design up for sale. I haven't shown off the new t-shirt design for a while. It's sick, by the way. I'll show you it. Oh, it's not loading right now. Okay, it's not loading. But alright, 8th and 10th were resets. 9th and 11th are the real edition. I think they need I think we're gonna need some balance patches or some balance improvements this edition though. I don't think it's gonna be all rosy, if that makes sense. John, you see the list that did last week? Angelic Host plus Vengeful Host. Was that the 30 Death Company? I did see a bunch of lists that did well in the last couple of weeks. I need to do a video on like all the lists that have done well, because there's a few of them like that have sprung up now that are doing somewhat well. So I will do a video. It's not going to be the next video. Then the video after that's going to be the tournament video, but I will do a video, like maybe like a monthly recap video, Charlie. That's like all the good performing Blood Angels lists over the last month or something. That'd probably be a good time to do it, like a couple of weeks from now. Play Vindicators while you can. Dude, I am sick of Vindicator tanks. Maybe I shouldn't be so bitter, but I'm sick of my Space Marines, my Blood Angels melee army being carried by Vindicator tanks. I was sick of it in 10th edition. That's probably the reason my current list has no Vindicator tanks in it. Like, I know they're very good, and honestly they would have helped. Like, if I had 2 Vindicator tanks this weekend, I could have probably got at least one more win, maybe 2. So I would have been able to deal with the Catan, and I possibly would have just done better against the Sisters tanks as well, because Vindicator tanks blow up their tanks better than their battle tanks would blow me up. So I could have probably done another win or two this weekend. I'm just sick of Vindicator tanks. I've got two. I've got three actually. I'm just sick of them. I feel like I've been forced to play them for like 2 or 3 years. I just don't want to. But it's just hard to argue with them because they're so damn efficient. So I don't feel like I need to rush out to play Vindicator tanks. I've done it. I've played them for 2 years, man. I mean, there's a very good chance I might play them on Wednesday night because I feel like I need them to carry me again. Do you need to commit 100% to melee to play Blood Angels effectively? No, you can definitely do half and half. But you can definitely, I would say I don't think you can do 100% shooting. I don't think you can play Blood Angels probably as a shooting army. But you can play as a melee. Hold on. Yeah, man. Sorry, a tired boy wandering around in the hallway. I think Blood Angels work best probably when you're like 70% melee, 30% shooting. Or maybe best is the wrong word. Maybe I like playing them best when they're like that, like 70% melee, 30% shooting. That's probably what I enjoy the most. This weekend I probably went a little bit harder where I went like 90% melee, 10% shooting. Because I thought that I might do well with that. I guess I didn't do that well. What does the shooting of Vindicator's tanks go away? Good question. Probably Ballistus Dreadnoughts, man. I mean, I was actually thinking Ballistus Dreadnoughts will be better now because 2-up save is better than a 3-up save, and they sit in cover the entire game, so they're -1 to hit. So I'd probably say Ballistus Dreadnoughts. They're cheapish, they get rerolls baked in. It's harder to hit shit now, right? Because you're always -1 to hit, so being able to reroll. Double Ballistus, yeah, double Ballistus. Triple Ballistus even? But yeah, double Ballistus doesn't sound a horrible idea. I feel like we badly do need some 3 damage melee. I'm a little bit sad that we literally have none of that. You don't need Vindicator tanks with all tactical squad army. Dude, I still haven't seen anyone play. Yeah, so August the 1st, right? Which I just realized is like 3 days away. On August the 1st, my channel will be 6 years old, Matthew. So arguably, I play 1 game a week, so I've played 300 games of 40k. I've been to, I don't know, 20 tournaments or something. So in the last 6 years I've had the channel, 300 games, 20 odd tournaments. I have yet to encounter a tactical squad on the tabletop. Is that bonkers or what? Considering how overpowered they are, you know, you would expect to see them at least at every tournament, right? Are Ballistas better than Lancers? Possibly in the new edition, yes. They're probably better now because they're gonna survive a little bit better. Oh, they already nerfed Ballistuses. They used to be 130 points, dude. If they go much up, if they put them much up more than 180, what are they, 150 at the moment? They're not going to get any play. They're so OP. They're named at tournaments. What do you mean they're named at tournaments? 6-year anniversary calls for a 6k point match. Not a bad idea. I just don't know if we've got a table big enough for 6,000 points, man. That says Terminators on it. That's what I was looking for. Terminator. That's wild though. So I came back at the start of 9th edition, so I've been back playing Warhammer 9 years now. So yeah, next year will be a decade, and next year will be 7 years for the channel. So onwards and upwards, I guess. I think the channel will hit 25,000 subscribers by this Christmas. What do you want for a 6-year anniversary gift? That new knight, man. Don't, Matthew, I know you give me super chats all the time, dude. You don't need to get me the knight. I appreciate the support you have given this channel through the last 6 years ever so much. You know that. Buy your daughter or your son something. I do appreciate it. You don't need to get me anything, honestly. Hot take, I think that Space Marines get a 1 DP chaplain detachment with Mantra of Strength. Do you know what? That could be pretty cool if they brought back the litanies. I liked litanies, man. Yeah, I've got my eye on that. Is it the Destrider? I don't know if I'm saying that right still, Marius, but the one that can have the chainsword and the lance. And it's quite fast and is like 265 points. I played against one this weekend. I thought it was cool. I thought I could make it like the centerpiece of my army and do something fun with it. Like, you know, like, because they obviously Legends my super heavy tank, so I can't have that anymore. So I thought maybe I could make that new I think it's called the Destrider. I think it looks cool though. Really like it. Damn it, the purity seal on this stops it fitting on the shoulder pad. I heard a rumor as well that Space Marines were going to go to toughness 5. Anyone else heard that rumor? And I also heard a rumor that we're not going to get Oath of the Moment anymore. We're going to move back to combat doctrines. What do we think of the Death Company Dreadnought in 11th edition? Dude, I haven't played it. I played it a bunch of times at the end of 10th. I found it quite hard to play, man. But I mean, the meta was quite different at the end of 10th. Everybody was running like loads of Ghost Arcs, AP4, flat 4 damage. You know, I played against Necrons this weekend. Didn't see any Ghost Arcs. What was combat doctrines again? It was like every turn you could choose a doctrine, kind of like what Gladius Task Force has, where it's like one turn you can make yourself good at shooting, one turn you can fall back and charge. I think so that was what doctrines became. But in thinking 8th edition, doctrines were like, you remember you went into Assault Doctrine in turn 3? And then once you were in Assault Doctrine, everybody got like extra AP and extra attacks. Like you always had to start the game in like a Shooting Doctrine, you shot for a turn, then you moved into Tactical Doctrine for a turn, and then you moved into Assault Doctrine. And as Blood Angels, you just wanted to get into Assault Doctrine as quickly as possible. And I think you had some strats that let you get into Assault Doctrine quicker, and but yeah, there was a video from Auspex Tactics today, but I don't watch all of, like, I just don't watch all of Auspex Tactics. He makes, you know, I was going to say he makes too many videos. Oh, I just realised at this point that there's a friggin' Blood Angels chess piece on the upgrade sprue. I'll need to put that on the next guy. I heard that rumour Primaris should be toughness 5 and Terminators toughness 6. It would certainly make Space Marines... Like, there's so many times I feel like my Space Marines just get wounded on 2s all the time, man. Just not that durable these days, right? Auspex PowerPoint. Oh, that's harsh, dude. Most of my videos are PowerPoints as well. I mean, I guess I put myself in them, but I mean, I don't do a lot of animation in the videos. Let's be real here. You gotta give the guy some props. He literally must make 6 YouTube videos every day. I make 1 a week. And that's enough, man. I mean, I guess I put a bit more effort into each individual video, but still. I heard Ultramarines would get combat doctrines and other Space Marine factions would get other benefits. Maybe that would be cool. Auspex is a monster. I can't listen to that monotone. No, he's doing something right, dude. The guy's got like 200,000 subscribers, so you know, most of us would probably trade places with him in a heartbeat and be monotone. Yeah, I liked when Blood Angels had the... You remember Blood Angels used to get... we used to get +1 to charge and +1 to wound. That was like our detachment bonus. So that I would probably quite like to see that, like +1 to... Yeah, I think that's pretty good. +1 to wound, +1 to charge. That would be good to get back to. But then I suppose the difference back then was like stuff had much less toughness then, so maybe that doesn't work anymore. I got like 10 more minutes, guys, and then I need to go and get my lunch ready and stuff for work tomorrow. But I will be I will have a tactics video out on Friday. I'll have a battle report next week. We'll do the army list show this Sunday as normal. Like everything should be back on. Like I was away with the family for a few days in July, and obviously I had this tournament in July. So if there's a little bit less content this month, I'm sorry about that. I mean, it kind of always happens like July or August, right? Like take a little bit break for the summer holiday, and then I guess there was the tournament over the weekend as well. But yeah, so everything should be kicking off back to normal, and I guess I will make that video about all the Blood Angels lists that are performing well. I'll give that priority because I think people care about that. I care about it as well. And the World Cup, dude, I fell out of the World Cup so quickly after Scotland got so badly killed. I was going to say killed. Scotland got so badly beat, and then do you know what? England friggin' copied us in that game against Argentina. Yeah, I'll be live on Saturday probably. I mean, I'll probably just be hanging out doing hobby. Oh, and Saturday is the channel's 6-year anniversary. Okay, so you guys are still here after 6 years. It can't be that annoying. I know I'm pretty... My wife tells me all the time I'm too annoying, so you guys are still here, so at least I got something. You know, the old Terminators against the new Terminator, like the arms off the old sets, they don't feel as dynamic. Like the pose feels a bit more dynamic on the new one. You know, like on the old arms, it feels like he's just standing with his arms, whereas the new one is a bit more dynamic. But the sizing is good, I guess. Like there's no difference in the sizing. Probably use some of these old Terminator bodies to make some more blade guard, honestly. They seem to work quite well. They're like a good size for making blade guard. I need to make a cake with candles. We're supposed to be baking on we're supposed to be taking the kids out for a walk on Saturday. So I'm supposed to be baking something for taking the kids out on the walk, but it's probably not going to be a cake, unfortunately. Make another 10 Terminators? Sorry, why do I need another 10 Terminators? For what? Sorry? What, to celebrate? 10 more Terminators? Why do you need 40 Terminators, dude? What are you on about? I don't know what we're talking about here, except you want 40 Terminators. Are you meaning just to have the ultimate durability in the center of the board, I guess? Forty Terminators is great, you just need another. If you want to magnetize your Terminators, by all means go for it. I don't really magnetize mine anymore. Plus, I already have quite a lot of Terminators, right? Like I think I have 5 already with Lightning Claws, and I think I had like 6 or 7 with Thunder Hammers. So I think doing these 3 gives me 8 with Lightning Claws. If I do 2 more with Thunder Hammers, I think I have 8. So I have 16 total, 8 with both weapons. So yeah, I mean, it possibly would have made more sense to do some magnets, but I just don't think I'm feeling that many Terminators, so I think it's fine. Saturday is my 6th wedding anniversary. Well, congrats, dude. Who would have thought that you got married the same day I started my channel? I mean, I was going to try to say something funny. No, I'm too tired now. It's getting late. Yeah, after 11 o'clock, my sense of humor must just switch off. But congrats. I was going to say something like someone actually put up with you for 6 years, but I mean, like I said, I'm too tired. Ah, well. Well. Hello, Joel. But yeah, I think I just wanted the option to, like, I'm not in love with Thunder Hammers. I'm just not in love with them anymore. Maybe if they go back to 3 damage, I'll be in love with them, but at the moment, I just don't care about Thunder Hammers anymore. I'm more in love with Lightning Claws, and I felt like 5 wasn't enough with Lightning Claws. I wanted the option to go to like 8. You magnetized one. Good for you, man. I mean, I magnetized that new speeder just a few weeks ago. It's always, I suppose it probably always is worth magnetizing if you can be bothered. I'm just jaded on the magnetizing thing now. You've got an RTT on the 8, says Marius. Any advice? Oh, I was going to say, try and really pick a disposition that you are. Yeah, I mean, your disposition, I feel like, is so important. You need to pick one that you feel confident you can score well on. Because I played Liberator Assault Group Taking Hold, man, and I don't know if I felt like that. I mean, I did okay, but I feel like I could have done better, I guess. But yeah, I feel like a big part of the new edition is going to be building your lists around the disposition. Like, you need to look at the 5 matches that you've got. You know, like the 5 primaries that you can potentially end up playing, and make sure that you feel like your list can score on all 5, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Thunderhammers as meat shields as well, but I'm just not really loving the damage output from the Thunderhammers. It always seems to be underwhelming. But I mean, the 7 attacks on Lightning Claws on the charge seemed really good when I used it anyway. Man, that neighbour's dog is always friggin' barking. Drives me mental. In the summer, I gotta keep the window open all the time because it gets too hot. You just hear that friggin' dog. And then he usually sets off another dog. The damage output saved me in a pre-game. I mean, yeah, I mean, I suppose sometimes Thunderhammers pull through. I just feel like I've played the Thunderhammer Terminators so many times that they always seem to be a tiny bit underwhelming. Alright, I need to go because I'm tired and I got to get lunch and stuff sorted for the morning. So, guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back. New tactics video on Friday. I'll be back hanging out on Saturday night. Sunday we'll do the army show. And then next week, battle report, the tournament breakdown, all the normal good stuff. Please do leave a like if you haven't done that. We got 50 people in the stream. 55, there's only 41 likes. So you 14 people that didn't press like, you know who you are. Press the damn like button, what are you waiting for? Have a lively evening. I'll see you Friday, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's always a pleasure. Good night. Peace.
you.